In this tutorial, we are going to draft and dimension this block using Siemens NX. If you are new here and you are looking to improve your skills in computer-aided designing, whether it's SolidWorks or Siemens NX, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you do not miss any upload. And now let's get right into the video. Now, this is a 3D model of the block that we are going to draft. It is inside our 3D modeling space. In order to start drafting, you need to search for the drafting tool, or locate it with Ctrl-Shift-D, or better still, come into the command finder search bar and search for drafting, and then click on it. And the first thing you have to do is to choose or select a sheet size. Now, because of these dimensions, you are going to use the A1 sheet size and click OK. So in the drafting space, the first thing you have to do is to create a title block. And I have a video vividly explaining how to do this. In the top right corner, just click on it and go and watch how we can create a title block in Siemens NX drafting. There is a link in the description to the video. And close the populate title block window that comes. Now we are going to use the default title block that Siemens NX gives to us. So I'll zoom in, and you're going to use this title block without filling in anything. So if you want to see how you can create a title block, go and watch the video. So we'll continue straight forward with the drafting. And the first thing you have to do is to add a view. And we are going to use the third angle projection. So the front view should be at the base here. On top of it, we should have the top view. And besides it, we should have the side view. So click on base view to add a model or a view to it. And you make sure the view is a front view. So click on it. And we use the scale 2:1. And then drop the front view at a suitable location down here. So click. And then move your mouse cursor to the top in order to automatically generate the top view. And then move the cursor to the side of the front view to generate the side view. And click close. So the next thing we'll do is to add the isometric view to it. So again, click on base view. And make sure the view is set to isometric. With the same scale of 2:1, drop the isometric view over here. And click close. And the first step is done. We've added the views. The next thing we are going to do is to remove these borders from our views. So come to menu, click on preferences, and then click drafting. Now move and search for view, and another view, click on workflow. And you can see there is a border here. So disable the border and click apply. So you can see the borders have vanished. The next thing we are going to do is to specify the width of the dimension lines. So look for common and come to line or arrows. And then change this width or the width to 0.13 millimeters over here, so that the dimension lines will be thinner than the actual drawing lines. And click apply. Now we have to also increase the size of the dimension text. So scroll down and move to dimension and search for text. Now search for dimension text. And for the height of the text, change it to 10 millimeters. And click OK. Next, we have to fully shade the isometric view. Now take note that the isometric view is only here to give more details to whoever is looking at this draft file, so that they can see how the block actually is, if they can't interpret the third angle projection over here. So you have to make sure it is fully shaded. So in order to grab any view, move your cursor closer to it and click on it and click settings. And I'll search for shading and then make it fully shaded and click OK. So we can see this isometric view is now fully shaded. Now the next thing we have to do is to add the dimensions to it. Now this is how I dimension the views. So I simulate in my mind how I model this block. And then I follow that order in order to dimension these views. So to model this block from scratch, you first start with the front view here. So we have to dimension the front view. And always make sure that most of the horizontal dimensions fall on the front view and the vertical dimensions come on the side view. So locate the linear dimension, and then you have to dimension this line, click on it. And the dimension will automatically be there for you and drop. Next, we dimension this distance here also. Click and drop. And then we dimension this distance. Click and drop. Now we can zoom in a bit. So press the control key, click on the middle mouse button and drag the mouse so you can see the view perfectly. The next, we dimension the vertical ones also. So click on these 2 points, drop. Click on these 2 points and drop. You can fit to the screen. So that's it for this front view. Now, after drawing the front view, then we extrude in this direction. And this direction can be seen on the top view or the plan. So from this point to this point, it will be automatically dimensioned. And then we move on to the semicircular feature here, which is on the right view. So we are going to dimension the circles, both the outer and the inner circle, and then the vertical distance also here. So click on the radial dimension. And for good practice, the outer diameter of, and for good practice, the diameter of, and for good practice, the dimension of the outer circle should always be diameters. So the diameter is 40. And then for inner circles, we mostly use radius. The radius is 10, meaning the diameter of 20. Click close. Now, since the outer diameter is 40, that means the horizontal dimension or the horizontal distance here is also 40. And for the vertical distance, again, we use the linear dimension. And click on this edge here or even the center of our circles and this line here, dimension it 45. And then we extrude in this direction, which is on the front view by 75 millimeters. Since this 75 is already here, there is no need to add the same dimension twice. Next, we dimension these 4 holes. So you have to first set the distance of the center of the holes from the edges, and then we dimension the diameter of the hole. So still with the linear dimension, the vertical distance of the hole should be 15. So you click on the center of the hole and this line, and automatically it will be dimension 15. And for the horizontal dimension, click on the center mark and then this vertical line to get the horizontal dimension. And we leave it at 15. Now these 2 dimensions apply for all these 4 holes. Now again, we have to dimension the diameter of the hole. So select the diameter and click on the circumference of the hole. Click on it, the drafting arc, and then wait for this pop-up menu to appear. And then enter the text 4 times to apply to all 4 holes. So it will be like 4 by 12 diameter for all these 4 holes. Next, we dimension these 2 ribs. So with the linear dimension, the distance from this line to this line here, dimension it. And also the actual distance of this rib, also dimension it. And this will apply to both of these ribs. And lastly, we have to dimension this slanted rib here also. So the width of the rib, click on these 2 points and leave the dimension there. And then you have to get the distance from this point to this point also. So click and then leave the dimension also here. Click close. Now with this, all the needed dimensions have been put inside this draft file. So the last thing we are going to do is to adjust the dimensions in the views very well so it can be neatly presented. So click on them and adjust them well. And then we have to adjust the views also. You click on the views and then drag them to suitable locations. And yeah, that's how to draft this block using Siemens NX. I hope this video helped you out. And if it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. Now be sure to check out the other tutorial videos on my channel, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.